I blocked it behind me and it didn't look so open? It's too much light, you know, just too much light. How can I just block it? Like hang something up from the ceiling, like something dark, just hang it up there, just hang it down. I'm going to try that at the beginning of my video to try to set something up that looks half normal. I don't know. I don't want a sheet that's white. I want it to be a different color. I need something behind me. What can it be? Can it be a towel? Can't be a towel. It should have been black. It should be hanging from the ceiling. I don't know. What should we hang from the ceiling? I mean, because if you take a look at this and just kept this behind me like that, right, or something like that, just keep that behind me like that. I'm gonna just sit and have that, or is it better if I had that? Something like that. Just turn it like that. Just have that behind me, or have that behind me, so I can set that up. I got away. Just give me a minute. Never needed this before. Oh. You know, I just go into the other room where I never go. I go into my other room that I don't go, and the minute I get to the other room, the cat just shows up and says, "Hey, I'm the cat. Hold on a second. I'm the cat. I'm showing up. I'm gonna put this like over here. And make it like that high, right? Something like that. I need to bring it in as close as possible so we can just block out the whole rest of the room. Right? It's like block out the whole room. Right now I gotta come around over here, get in front of it. And now we got like just, that's it. It's just me. There's nothing else. There's nothing behind me. Something like that. Let's move that a little closer. A little closer. Maybe we should move this over. Can't get it any closer, eh? I'd have to be like, let's move it up to the camera, like really, really close. We'd have to have like a close-up. Actually, I'm pulling the whole screen with me. We just need like a close-up, like that. We're home. Home by the sea. Home by the sea. I'm like a home by the sea. I'm a home buddy. Where do words come from? Where do words come from? Should I put this behind me? Nah. Where do words come from? This is a terrible light. Just terrible. Where do words come from? How do words form? How do you make up a word? Where does a word come from? Where did a word originate from? A, C, R, I C R, I see you, 2, 4, 2, 4. I see you before. I see you two before. These are all one-letter letters. These are all one-letter words. I see you before. Oh, you see I before. I see you too. So there's a whole combination before the alphabet or our words became more defined with adjectives and verbs. And I'm not a teacher, but this to me, you should see my scores in school. My scores in school. You didn't say my grades, okay? Don't degrade me, but score me. Score me on the usage score. Score. You see I before I see you. So these are all one-letter words. And does anybody want a candy cane? Candy canes are for Jack. Just throw that in there, just like that. Candy canes for Jack. Does anybody know why this channel is here? The candy cane, and Cain is Abel if he had Jack. How is Cain Abel if he had Jack? Why do we have to play all these word games? Because as crazy as it is for the people who don't know, this is the way it works in the book that I am creating from the alphanumeric, geometric, imperial difference between the squareheads and the frogs. To say that in plain English, the squarehead English against the French frogs, are they hopping on a lily pad? 393, 10 Saturn sky, because the value numeric in the basic English alphabet to the word 10 and is used explicitly T for 10, because in the 10 card in the game of in the cards 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, the 10 is the 10th card. It's a countdown. 10 9 8 7 6 5 4. And after, when you get the 3, it's supposed to be an RD, an ND, an ST, an RD, an ND, an ST. Hey, go, NRD, the angel to the delta angle. And from the sun into the delta angle 44, we go to ST, the 19th and 20th, to the spirit, to the 19th, and the crossover to the bridge, number 39, into Saturn skies, freedom, the spirit of 76, the half-life, showing up on a dice cube. And it's gold on the moon. It's number 38, number 38, 61, or 68 into the house of 38, creation of the heavens. Where do you see this? The resident angel, because the voided space of this dice, the two ends, where is 8 and 9? Do we really have to go to the card to find 8 and 9? Well, let me show you something. That when we take this one over here, the 8 is void and the 2 is void. 2 and 8 are void. And remember, to the top in the right corner, when 2 and 8 are void, 1 and 9 are reparent. Rotas, Sator, Tenant, Arpo, Rotas, Sator. Do the number skit, and you shall see. So remember, when A and I are present, 2 and 8 are not. Again, when 1 and 9 are present, 4 and 6 are not. So in both equations, okay, when 2 and 8 are present, 4 and 6 are not. When 4 and 6 are present, 2 and 8 are not. When 2 and 8 are present, 4 and 6 are not. Are not. Astronaut. So I didn't need to do that artificial intelligence AI, but AI, you can also get CG. I don't want to do that right now. The rectangular area usually equals and means to one space. It takes 3 6 dots, okay, in order to create an area space, apparently, is what this is showing me. And we're going to do it in small form. They would go 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and they would do this. And this is one area space. This is one area space of yourself, and this is you in one other area space. So this is one area space. That's the way, for some reason, I need to look at it. I don't know why, but it's designed that way. This. So if I made it larger, Now, I'm doing research myself. Just give me a second. I have to sneeze. Excuse me. Just hold on a second here. Okay, so we would go from here to here to here to here to here to here. But this only covers 4 areas, you see? Only covers 4 areas, those 4 areas. So if I did that, I'd be going this dot here, and this dot here. So that would actually tell me that story. Doesn't it show me the same thing? It's showing me that story right there. And then the other one, right, is showing me the story down here. So it just basically comes out to the same thing. This is just showing me, yeah, that area. Boom. It's showing me these 4 areas. Let me pencil that in. Don't forget, I'm doing some research here myself, right? Is that too small? That's way too small. I need that whole area. Right? Let me see. And I need that whole area. I need this whole area. Okay, now where are the dots? There's a dot right over here. There's a dot right over here. So these two, okay, these two cover 3. There are 3 here, and there are 3 here. So it's 2 squares cover 3 areas. The area in between is a shared area. Maybe like if you go from here, you jump down, right? Look at this. You ever see this? This is your side, right? And this is the hold on a second. This is the other side, one side. So you jump down here and you come out here. Do you follow what I'm saying? You jump down here on your side, you go through here under the ground, and you come out here. And that would be what be happening over here. You go underneath and you come out here. And that would be the way it would be, under and out and under. So you can swim all along the underneath of the tunnel of 4, 6, 4, 8, 6, 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, right over here in between. So that's basically what this would look like. But so if you're calculating the center of this cube, okay, you're coming out at the half space between 2 and 2 areas. So there are 4 areas, and the in between, okay, there are 4 areas, and then there are 4 areas, right? The total of 4, and it's broken up. How can I write that it's broken up? How can I show you that it's broken up? So we showed you the cube. It's got a, let me see this. Okay. So we have our 4 areas here, and this area over here, okay, this area over here, and this area over here, okay, and the same thing is going to go for those are those 2 areas. So what happens is this area here, you go in, and this area over here, you come out. This area over here, you go in. This area over here, you come out. But on here, it's noted as here and here. Do you follow what that is? I need to create even more. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to see if I can create it that way. 6 by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need full effect. So now we actually divided everything in 4 to start. We divide everything in 4 to start. So now we have to go to the center area over here and the center area over here, okay, to create B in the center of A. And well, it was A, B, C, D, 1 and 4, 5, 2 and 3, 5. And what happened is in between all of this, first you have to understand, you see this line here and these lines here. What happens, okay, is because of what the 6 says, it says either it's going to go this way or it's going to go this way. What's going to happen, either these two lines will come together and these two lines will open up, keeping rectangulars in here, the real size of an area. Let me see this. The real size of an area, okay, in this one over here, if I get it correctly, is 9, 9, 9, 9. Don't forget, there's another way to set this up, and it's to put the dice on this angle, but let's not go there. So what's going to happen over here is we get A, and what's in between A and B? That would be 3. So this one would be, what would we put here? What would we put right here? Right? And then we'd have that, that, that. And then here, we would have that, that, and that. And that's the way that would have to be made up. Your C and your D come together as your A and your B come together, 3 and 7. A and C equals to 4, B and D equals to 6. Anyways, I don't want to get into that. What happens is there's also a design that comes into each one, and then you end up with the 9 lives of the cat automatically by the design turning the dice cube this way. From what we started this way to turning the dice cube this way, we need to find size, what proper size is, to understand how this works. So we make it as small as we could, finding a happy center, and as large. I need to find my area space to create 9 out of 4, because really the 4 corners. And here's the way I created my 9 out of my 4. So we would be condoning, okay, we'd be condoning. But as you know, what the 6 says, it says we leave these two, we leave, this is going to be an open space over here, no separation. So when there's no separation, this is what happens with A and B. And when there's no separation, this is what happens with C and D. There's no separation, okay? I mean, there's separation, okay? Instead of having the extra area space, has a no area space counter. So 7 is over here, 3 is over here. You still have 23 and 14, which is going to show up in the roulette wheel. So now what we're going to get is to say, well, since we know we have all these in-between spaces, how can I change my alphabet? Because A, B, C, D, I am missing E, F, G, H, and I. We are missing these. And we have to figure out why this B gets another B over here. What actually replaces the B over here? Okay, that's what I need to figure out. What is replacing these 5 letters? What are replacing them? What is there and what is not there? So the clear fact is we have a total of these 2 and these 2. We're not going to count anymore the empty space, although there is an empty space. It's the free space between both sides. And if they were circles, everything, if they were circles, what has to happen is, because there's a dot. See, there's a, hold on a second. See empty space, where the empty space here, those are stars. There are 4 stars for 9 numbers. There are 4 stars for 9 dots. So that's one of the equations I didn't speak about because I forgot where that came out of, right? There's A, B, C, D right over here. So that might be my first A, B, C, D. Ah, that's where it goes. That's my first A, B, C, D. So how did my A, B, C, D extend to have 8 more areas? A, B, C, D. So what if I did A, B, C? I would do A, B, C. There, A, B, C. There's A, B, C. So what are we left over? We're left over what looks like an O and what looks like an A. Why did I do this? This is A, B, C. This is A, B, C, D. Why? Because I went from this point to this point to this point to this point. Now, what if my first design was to come home, go out the distance, come all the way back at this 45-degree angle through the sun, and come all the way back home? So what is the distance between here and here and here? If you want to call this distance what? 2.5? If this is 2.5 and this is 2.5, what's this? What is the distance? I would love if somebody really knew the distance of that. We have to micro size things, but we don't need telescopes. We need just these square lines that we can work with. That's what we need. We need the instruments of creation. Hey, bloke, stop calling it black when it's brown. Why is my hat black? My hat is black. So why say Black Lives Matter, Black Jack, right? Do they want us to wake us up? Are we supposed to be waking up about something? What are we waking up? We have to stop this crazy stuff of just don't go in the street. If somebody calls you a name, please. We are only proving that names should not be called. Do you see what's happening with name calling right now? Well, I explained to you what's happening with name calling. The minute you say something bad about somebody, without it being to a certain extent, right away there's an uproar, and it gives the higher above law to create now a new law that if you should say something bad to somebody, you can get punished because of all these uproars. So we have to stop. We have to back off. Call me whatever you like. I don't care. All I know is I don't like you because you're saying all kinds of crazy things and you won't let me speak my piece. You don't give me the time of day. So I'll just walk away. And if you harass me, that's something different. But calling names and saying it the way it is, why would I say something if it wasn't true? And why do I need to say something at all? Why do I need to say something at all? Just suck it up. Just know better of the half and say, hey, an argument is an uncompromised discussion. And if I know I can't sit down and have a proper discussion for you to understand the compromise or why there should be any sort of compromise at all, other than the compromise of having the discussion. Understanding someone else's point of view. And the question is, do you have to accept somebody else's point of view? Like in my point of views on certain things, I'm going to tell you there's nothing wrong with this thing. You know, people, there's things going on in this world. Just, we have to pray. And the reason we have to pray is because we live in that vibrational system. And in that system, there's a prayer. It's a hum or a hymn. I don't know what it is. It's a him or a her. But that vibration, to get into the love of that system, if you believe of who we are, that where we came from, and then we don't rest in peace because the body just stays here and we're slingshot back to wherever we're coming from right now. Like a loop to loop. Up and down we go, but we don't know. Because you don't know, because we've been cut off from that vibration. That's why some of the stories I read about Einstein and all these great writers and mathematicians doing all these kinds of drugs and going on to another level, breaking through that vibration that's holding you down here, because everybody knows it's on the other side and it's on this side that you have to know the difference. Because we wouldn't be in this position today if we stood up and we positioned ourselves properly, and we had to outdo the fake news. That's right. I live in the world of fake news. Have you ever seen this? Listen to this. You want to play a game? Let's play a game fair. I'm going to make a platform. And onto that platform, I'm going to tell you all the things that I'm going to do for you if you elect me. If you make me an electrician, I'll tell you what I'll do for you if you make me an elect. I'll be that electrician. I'll hook you up to positive, and I'll take away all your money. That's right. I'll hook up the positive and take away all your money. Because when you're hooking up the positive on a battery, and that's red, well, if you're in the red, I'll take care of you. I'll tax you very good. I'll give you a taxi ride, and I'll just keep you with the eye of who you are. But I'll take the tax because we need it to buy more taxis of you. See, it's a single letter. Tax. C-A-T, the cat. It sucks it out of you. I'll give you a platform, and I'm going to follow the platform, because if I don't follow the platform on vote by the people of, is he following the platform? And if 75% of the people can't say he is, 50-50 is not following a platform. When you're following a platform, if I tell you I'm going to be here today, here tomorrow, and here this day, but I don't even have to be there. I can just say, hey, everybody, here's a list of all the things we're going to do through the year. We have to hit our mark by 80%, because if we don't, there must be a good reason that we didn't yet. Nobody ever hits the platform, and 90% of the time they keep squabbling about how this one or that one got elected in the first place. This is not a system we live. This is a joke. And now, do you fall asleep at night? Do you fall asleep at night, or do you stay awake in the morning? Do you know what? There are those who fall asleep at night, and in the morning, they're still asleep. When they awaken, they're still asleep. Are you asleep, or are you awake? You know how old I'm going to be? This is like a, look at that. S-E-P-3, timey. 7 timey. The French word. How the English and the French, how the fonts of the letters tell a story. How the words forward and backwards, things I can see meaning towards a worm. Aries, towards a worm. The worm and Aries. In a year, the hive, you see the hive in 5 and 9? Right over here, the hive in 5 and 9. Nina, you don't see it, the hive in 5 and 9? There's a worm in it. Or it's a glass. Why I say this, okay, first of all, is viva means life. N and N coming meaning the cycle, the 14th letter and the 14th letter. When V and I come together, okay, it's actually a Roman numeral. You see, I see it, this is 6. You might see it the other way as 4. I'm not sure which way on the mirror side it is. There's a story in everything. I don't know. I could be wrong, but for the last 15 years, I must be nuts, because I find the stories everywhere. I don't have to make them up, or do I? So anyways, that's what this word is. There's another box that's in front of me. Just want to turn this shirt around. It just so happens I put it on backwards. Look at that. Oh, I didn't even know that's on this side. Look at that. You know what that is? That's Raphael, God of the sky, Dieu du ciel, and blowing the horn. Where is that horn? It's early enough we can blow it just once. It is Passover, you know. Oh my God, I had bread this morning. How long? 5 seconds, 10 seconds? Somebody tell me how long you want me to do this for. I'm going to toot the horn, but I got people in the building. You think I should run upstairs and tell them, watch out, the horn is coming? Here's my electric. Anybody want to communicate? Here it is. Matrix. Okay. Tooting the horn, opening up of the skies, calling from within your own. Hope nobody comes down knocking at the door. Who be knocking at the door, my friend? Okay, let me read. Ions, atoms, and 360 degrees. I don't know. I'd have to be told. Electricity is what? Hell, oh, my friend. Teeth in or out? Are you asleep? Ah, yeah. Are you asleeping? Grandma's in bed, but she is not asleeping. Give your dog a bone. Yes. Parasite. Oh, my God. They mentioned the parasites in the Matrix also. Very interesting. So we went over this. Did you understand how this works? So in all, what happens when it came to the game of roulette? Okay, when it came to the game of roulette, let me look this up. Let's see if I can find this. Roulette. Let me see if we can find this. Images. Yeah, so when it came to the game of roulette, if you take a look, let me see if we can get this. I'm not sure if this is a, because I want to get a casino layout. I think this is more like a casino layout. Okay. Wow, so hard to get a good layout here. Oh my God. Give me a good layout, please. Okay, this one looks good. This one looks good, finally. Okay. Okay, now I have to find back where my page is that I took it out from. Okay. I have to show. So if you take a look, let me turn the camera that way. The boxes are in square. So I have to figure out what size these boxes are. If you put a chip here, okay, you put a chip here, you're going to get paid 8 to 1. You put a chip right on the number, okay, you're going to get paid 35 to 1. If you put it in between, it's 18 to 1. 3 and 5, 8. 1 and 7, 8. This one is 8. Over here, it's 11 to 1. So it's showing you, so it's showing you that the cycle of 2 and the star, do you understand? This line here, not here, okay, because over here, I think it's 6 to 1. So you get 6 over here, you get 8 over here. So they're talking about these 6 areas of the house of this 4 area. So we still have to figure out. And you notice here the 0 and the double 0. And if you also want to look, it's all the numbers are green with a red, black, or positive inside. You notice the Michael Jackson is right here. You see the way this connects together, these 4 numbers. Okay, the Lamed. It happens again further down on the board. It repeats. It repeats. I got the board right there. I got the board right there. Oh, repeats. Okay. Yeah, so we just can't have this Nyrishkeit. Anyways, I said I'm going to try and figure out how to squeeze. How did I get the 9? Right? How did I get the first 4? How did I get the first 4 blocks? How did I get these first 4 circles? These first 4 circles. How did I get my first 4? My first 4 is a block. But then I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 is 1 block. I put 2 more. 6 is 2 blocks. I put 2 more. 8 is 3 blocks. Then I have to go 9, 10. 10 is 4 blocks. You put 1 more. 11 is 5 blocks. And 12 is 6 blocks. So do you understand what we just did here? I need someone to say something to me about this to understand how we have to build on everything. So even though we have 6 boxes, what happens is I need 2 more. I need 13 and 14, okay, over here to create my 7 blocks. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 9 and 10 had to come together. And then 13 and 14 had to come together. And then the 15th one, okay, is 8 blocks. And the 16th dot is 9 blocks. Now you ask yourself, 6 is on one side, 1 is on the other, 16. So we took a total of 16 blocks to create 9 areas. So even though I put all the lines on it, there's only an area here 1, an area here 2, an area here 3, an area here 4, an area here 5, an area here 6, an area here 7, an area here 8. Right? I completed 8, but by completing the 8, it left me with an area right here in the center. And that is my 9th area. And the one thing about this 9th area, okay, so we're going to do this one more time. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so when we do this, okay, the whole center stays open. So if I did this, okay, what happened here in the center? I did everything around the center. I went here. Let me do this again. I did here. 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 And I did here. And I did here. So in the center, you're going to have an automatic diamond. Automatic diamond in the center. When you connect your other boxes, you're going to create these Ys that will be breaking down all your boxes. The other thing about this is also to do with the 6. So when you have the 6 like this, okay, you have the 6 like this, or you'll have it and then what you have to remember is this: 8, 8. See the 2 sides? There's one side over here, 1.5 on this side, 1.5 on this side, 1.5 on this side, 1.5 on this side. This is where your design of 8 comes in. It's a free 8. These are just things that happen. So there's a story inside of it. They also look like kissing fish. Don't forget, this is made on a small scale just to figure out what it looks like. If I made it bigger, you'd probably see something a little bit different. So we started out to what my 4 was, which was 1 area. Okay. And then we ended up needing, instead of 4, okay, I ended up needing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I needed 4 and 12 to create that. 4 for my first area, 12 for the rest. And this would be purple. It would consist of the red and the blue. See, you come into the world as a red. And if you go out as, you can go out as a Schleppel, or you can take the blue pill, mix it with the red pill, creating the purple heart, knowing the difference. And that is where 4 and 3 comes in, or CDC, 343. 7 times 7 times 7, 343. Plus 777 is 21 to the 364 days of 13 moons to the 7th gate, equaling to 91, the word spirit. And when we do a countdown, it's actually 19. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and we stop because 3, 2, 1 is ABC. It's in a package. I just want to stop after this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You count 7 numbers because you say 10. You say 10. And you have to Satan. So they blast off to Satan. Sayten. Satan. To the gateway. Because in gematria, that T is one of the gateways. The T or the G are both valued as 7. Jesus Christ come to the gateway. It was fabricated inside what our vibrations or whatever we would process, however we would process, because in order for me to know that, it's because it's coming out in numbers. It keeps talking about the same thing. Well, of course, I had to find the words. And I took the word and I found out the number, and I found out where the number comes out. And it's also 7 times 7, 77 is the Christ. Right? And 7 times 7 is 49, and 4 and 9 again. That is your 13 and 36, your man and your woman. 49. 6 times 6 equals to 36. 6 plus 6 equals to 12, equaling to the son that she had, which is the divider of ABC creation, equaling to 66, which is cover ID. ID equaling to 94. Cover ID to go towards. So this would then create area space. This would also be 7 plus 7 equals to 14 plus 63 equals to the wrong 14 equals to 63. 14 plus 49. It'll be 35 plus 14 equals to 49. Electric company in the sun, the moon in the sun, just a different way to look at it. The 3 void, is it a 3 void in the 5 dot? 3 void and the 5 dot? Or is it, see, I have to still understand how I should bring this out. I just know the reverse of this equals the numeric value to Earth, 3 times 25, or the moon, 3 times 19, equaling to 57. I find out the reverse of what it is. Now, 19 and 25 equals to 44. 8 times 4 equals to 32. 8 plus 4 equals to 12. The total, 32 plus 12, is 44. 32 plus 12 is 44. The minus the 12 will equal to your 20, and that your 20th letter. Oh, God. What happens is the 20th letter is a reverse of 07GT. This representing 10, representing the sky system, because they use the T, the Q, and the K, and the J inside the deck of cards. They're each telling a different story about creation. They're each telling a different story about creation. ABCD completes Jack. Earth, number 52, will create the 17. The reverse of the 17 is the J. The K is created by 11, 6 and 5, 11. And it is called Yo-K. Or how about Y2K? Because 1 and 1 is 2. The Yo, okay, the Y is the 25th letter. They're talking about Earth. The O is the 15th letter. They're talking about Mars. They're talking about the creation of 11, 1 times 5, 1 plus 5, 6 and 5. So they don't say it in the O because it's represented in the OK. From the O letter, you get the K letter. O creates K. D, K-Day. You want to talk about K-Dog? You can say that too, because of what the lines do. But I don't want to get into that. The lines, it's funny, the lines. K, the reverse of K is the 16th letter P. So I'm not prepared to get into the open discussion with that. We were talking about the countdown from 10. So if you remark to yourself, 10, 2, 3. If I go from 10 to 9, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 becomes my fifth one, and 4 becomes my sixth one. So the 7 total, because it's 7 up, the point and the peak of the pyramid becomes the 4. So if I'm going up this way and then down this way, the peak of the pyramid would be the 4. And if I'm going this way, the peak of the pyramid would be the 7. And that is Jesus' time on the cross. On representing pi. The is the cycle of the moon. Cross equals to creation, okay, of the double cross. Harmonized from somewhere else. Top of the pyramid is now 7 and 4. So when we count down the pyramid, okay, this side would be 8. Sorry, hold on a second. 7. This side would be 7. Okay, this side would be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then on this side, it would be 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So first it would be 7 and 4, Jesus. Then it would be 5 and 6. And then it would be 5 and 6 again, 11, 11. And then it would be 7 and 4, Jesus again. 7, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 7, 4. And then what's left over, ABC, forget about 8, 9, the heaven of birth of the Spirit of ABCD. I'm not sure which way to go with this. 10, of the bridge. You want to call it the bridge. You want to call it the sky system of Saturn. This is what it's telling you. We just had a number just like this the other day, 7, 4, and 5, 6. The 7, 4 is a void. On the dice cube, the 2 reverse of the 5 on the cube. Everything is the same. The patterns are all similar. This is a created simultaneous world of some sort. So we have the 2, and then we have the reverse of the 2 is the 5. So the 2 has a 7 area void, and the 5 has a 4 area void. So you're talking about the sun. Win a big red sun. Number 27 is also representative, okay, of the number 35. I just want to bring this. This also comes together as 8 and 3. This will connect these two together. Let me explain to you why. I have to think of it. The 7 void, the 7 and the 8 card. The 3 card is out of the game. Let me think. Hold on a second. Okay, first of all, 7 and 4 is Jesus. 5 and 2 is earth. So they connect Jesus and earth. Here it's the resident angel of creation of IR. 3 times 6, 18. 3 plus 6, 9. Everything is 9. 18 and 9, so you count it all, plus this one over here. What is this? 2 and 5, 7 and 4. 7 and 4, 6 void. Here, look at this. 8 void and 3 void. 7 void and 4 void. 6 void and 5 void. 8 and 3. 8 and 3. 7 and 4, 6 and 5, 5 and 6, 7 and 4, 8 and 3. Exactly the same freaking numbers as up and down gematria countdown blast off. Now we go back. Did you see what I did with that? These are these dice cubes that are telling this exact same story. Is it just me? Am I just hitting coincidences on the head? The the 8, and then there's the question is how to get to the 8. Well, this 8 is a representation of 1. When you get to the third row, this 8 is represented by this 1 over here. When you get to the third row, this 3, let me see, this 8, no, this 3 can run real, so it can either be this 3 or it can be this 6. So you see they intertwine with each other. See, the 6 and 3 are everywhere. It's either 6 and 3, so the 6 is over here, but it's reverse. Okay, sorry, it's reverse of the 6 might be the 1, but if this was the 6 dot, okay, and not the 6 void, if this is the 6 void and the 3 dot. This side, okay, when I got to number 8, this is the only way I can get 8. Every single side is number 9. And number 1 and 10 can be represented right over here. And if it's represented over here, because 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 10, then it automatically represents the 3, which becomes the 3, 6 again. These two come together, and they even look like 6 and 9, some kind of design in this. Candy cane, crystal balls, Christmas balls. So what's going on? Are we awoken? Have we awoken? Have we spoken for those who are asleep? How do we wake up those who are sleeping? And what can we do before we can toot our horn? As Saint Raphael toots his horn. Let's not be apart. Let's understand how to be together. It is the hardest thing in the world because this planet. Now, I'm going to say this in another way. When you have a business, if you don't run the business, it shuts down. When you run the business well, it gets oiled and greased. So let me tell you the facts about the oil and the greasing. Normally, if it's the oil and the greasing, you need to know the facts. Take away the F in the beginning of the word, okay? And add another letter to it. And keep yourself well greased and on top. Pay everybody off, and everybody will think that that's exactly what's happening when it's a story, Mike. I can't even say this. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. Hollywood. Turn on your TV, it's Hollywood. Doesn't matter what station, doesn't matter what the name of the show is, it's Hollywood. They always told you, and it never changed anything. There was no ending to this. They always said, don't believe the TV. Well, if you're not going to believe anything on TV and take it for just the way it is, then don't believe anything on TV, played at any time of the day, all day long. It doesn't matter what the name of the program is. It's exclusively here for your entertainment. So if you're going to watch a TV, take it for your entertainment. You get scared on Halloween at the thriller movies. All of a sudden, south, north, east, and west have stepped into the den. That's right. North, east, west, and south step into the den, and everybody starts to believe the North show, the East show, the West show, and the show itself. Because S is in all of what is new, is 9 is in all of your lives. In French, this number says neuf. They also have a way of neuvième, where the V comes in, almost like what's new, what's news with you, what's new with you, what's different, and what's the story. Don't listen to Jack. He's always got another story, but it's true because Jack says it's true. So what do you know about Jack? What do you know about what someone else says? Why are you listening to someone else? Don't you have your 2 hands and your 2 feet, your 2 eyes and your 2 ears to go out and do your own research? Some of us, and some others not. And others don't want to be bothered because it's none of your business. Because it's just a tiny little business of our lives, our single individual lives, not put together. So in packets of people, no one really cares. But the commerce that surrounds us, that where we get everything that we need, that can devour us price for price to our pocketbooks at any time, because this is a world where the sharks swallow all the little fish, where they say there is no, what do you call this? There is no monopoly. It is only a monopoly. It's all ONA. MONOPO. No. You ever see numberphilia? They just started pronouncing this thing numberphilia. Philadelphia Freedom, numberphilia, Philadelphia Freedom, monopolia, MONO, poly, something, poly. Oh my God, not a good word. Control of all, the monopoly, being the bank, and when the game ends, you give it all back. So anyways, where were we? Oh yes, how we interchange letters. 2 languages, French and English. Before I end it, just want to say French and English. How do we integrate 2 languages? Well, in French, B and F, the second and the 6th letter. In English, it's H and B, H, B, B, F. So the B, 2 and 8, gets replaced by the where is it? The BF, the B and the H come together, 2 and 8. One is in English, one is in French, 2 and 8, which means don't forget what 8 is. You find 8, okay? You find 8 missing over here, but the 2 dice, okay, is reverse of the 8 on your number pad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 and 8 is 10. We have to create all the 10s. 1 and 9, 10, 3 and 7, 10. That's your X. What's your plus? 8 and 2 and 4 and 6 is your plus. So your P for plus, the half-life, 2, 4, 6, 8. For your multiplication, for your M, for your love, for your number 4, your full life. 1, 9, 3, 7. Artificial intelligence to the creation of the gateway, passage of alphabetic creation. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. See you before I see you again. Thank you for watching this video. You got something to say, you say it now. I wanted to say something about this matzah. Okay, I got some matzah here, and I'm not sure if you can see what's on the box, but the name is, can you read this? This says bread as I am bread, but actually pain from A to Z, why me? Pain from A to Z, why me? Pain from A to Z, why me? Yehuda. I want to do a show up. Put out your, if you can send me some emails. I want to do a Zoom. I want to get 10 people on. We can do a Zoom. We can talk all together. You can just point your camera and on the ground, make a design. Let's discuss something. Thank you for watching.